All right, so we just had a rendezvous with Raul, who got really jealous, who's like really upset that we got all the attention at his little society club meeting, and was just like, I don't like it that other people are looking at you like that, so I'm gonna stake claim over you, and you senseless. And I'm like, oh no, the absolute tragedy. How could you? So now we're here at work after being at his place. After leaving Raul's place, I was in the office today to submit my weekly report. I finished up my work, then collapsed onto my desk, exhausted. The past few days have been so hectic. That morning, I ate breakfast with Raul. Just as I was about to really lay into him, I remember I had to come into the office. Thanks to the feeling of shame, I practically ran out of his house. I went to my place to get dressed out all night again. Clarissa was surprised to see me when I walked in. I rushed out again. I update everyone on Raul's current situation, then had a meeting with his agent. I'm so tired. Just then, Chi rushed over to me. Since I've been spending so much time around other people, I hadn't seen him in a while. Chi, let me use you for a minute. The only thing she does with Chi is like use him. She does not do anything else with Chi. I grabbed him and shoved his horns into my shoulders for a deep massage. I haven't felt this in a while. She's always abused. I feel sorry for you. I don't even abuse my pet like that. That's so sad. He fidgeted and tried to resist, but the electric pulses kept on coming. I used his flow of electricity to massage my stiff shoulders about the meeting before time. Thought about the meeting before time. Whatever. Rose agent satisfied that there weren't any issues at the moment. She was happy to renew our contract. Oh, for joy! In other words, I would continue as an on-site advisor to Coach Raul. Great. Love that. Now we're gonna get fucked more. Probably. I wonder if this is really alright. It probably is. If that's true, then my job is to teach him ways of romance and how to behave when you're in love. Pretty much doing that. But still. I thought about what happened last night and felt another wave of shame came over me. Why are you shameful? It was just a little rendezvous, okay? He got a little heated. I was fine the first time we slept together, but that was to prove it really wasn't anything special. Last night, though, that was something special. That's why I felt embarrassed, nervous. That's why my body felt so heavy. There is something Cupid just shouldn't do. Cupid's job is to connect with people. I shouldn't be involved in love itself because it's bound to throw me off.
百面相してどうしたの
Your expression keeps changing. Is something wrong? Huh? A voice suddenly called out and I jumped in surprise. I was so lost in thought that she caught me completely by surprise. You said that already. But then my own shout startled Chi. He really is quite sensitive. Sorry about that, Chi.
随分ぼーっと
You
して
look
るの
kind of out
ね
of it.
シ
You
ョ
were
ルダーバッ
leaning
グを
to
落
the
とさない
side
ように
like
押
you were
さえて
holding
る
up a heavy
みたい
bag
な
or
変なポー
something.
ズしてた
Did
し
something happen? Yeah, I got my
何かあった？
ankles locked in. What happened was I literally bound myself to this person and now like my ankles got knocked loose. I'm fucking tired from fucking all night. Oh, nothing at all. Nope, nope, nope. Definitely wasn't banging against the walls of all kinds. Clarissa grinned playfully and just looked at me as if, like, she was telling me she knew exactly what was going on. I mean,
首あとついてるわよ
not the hickey on the neck. You have a hickey on your neck. I covered my neck with my hand. Clarissa laughed loudly, then clamped both hands over her mouth.
本当に
Wow, are you serious? Huh? What does that mean? What do you mean?
跡がついてるなんて嘘よ
Huh? I was just kidding about the
思い当たる
hickey.
節が
But
あ
your
るって
reflection
こと
tells
は
me you
つい
finally
にあ
went
な
through
た
with
もやっ
it.
ちゃったのね
You're one of us now. Non-virgins? You were messing with me?
だって あなたったら昨日の夜帰ってこ
You
な
didn't
か
come
った
home last
し、
night, so I assumed it
も
was
しか
something
して
like
そう
that.
なのかな
Just go buy a cake to celebrate. Imagine getting a cake to celebrate the fact that you're no longer a virgin. That would be amazing. Why don't you give me a cake for my shit? What the fuck?
あら、で
Oh,
も
but
経
it was
験
your
できたの
first
はお
time,
めでた
right?
いことよ。
That's like
違う？
still cause for celebration, don't you think so? Huh? So you think this is a good thing, Clarice?
ん？
What?
当然
Yeah,
よ。
of course. It feels
だっ
good,
て気
doesn't
持
it?
ちいい
It
し、
made you
ハッ
happy.
ピーになれるじゃない？
Well, maybe.
もしか
Wait,
して相手の男
whatever the guy you're
下手だったの？
whatever guy you're with wasn't like super bad at all, was he? No, not at all. He was pretty skilled, I think. Wait, why am I talking to you about this? Aren't you best friends? Who gives a shit? This is the perfect person to talk to
ご
about.
めんごめん。でも上
I'm
手ならよ
sorry,
かっ
but if he has
た。もっ
technique,
と気
then
持
that's
ちよく
good.
なる方法。
I should probably teach you how
い
to
っぱい
make
伝
it
授して
even
あ
more
げなきゃね。
pleasurable. Ooh. I think I'll pass on that.
だってこれは人
This
類
is
の
the
英
wisdom
知
of
よ。
humanity. It's a
知
huge
らなきゃ
waste if
損
you
だっ
don't
て
know
私
it.
は思う
For
わ。
now, you can tell me all the juice details
今晩
tonight.
よければ詳しく話聞かせて。
There's no juicy details about what happened. Well, I'm pretty sure that's what she meant to say, but I said that instead of reading what was online. But what, who cares? I need to get back to work. You're boring. I turned away from Clarice to face my computer. I didn't think she could find that out that quickly. She didn't notice after my first time. Well, you didn't act so fucking obvious and it was just random sex. Who gives a shit? I guess my first time and yesterday really were different somehow. Yeah. Sex is a whole lot more different when you're feelings for each other. I need to think about why. But this lingering sensation of my body is totally clouding my thoughts. I managed to finish my task for the day. I felt exhausted as I left the office. Just then, I spotted someone who was completely out of place.
はーい、キューちゃん。
Why is my aunt here? Hi. Oh my god, Lady Minerva. It was the goddess Minerva, one of the deconcenties. I think I know who that is by now. Yep, I remember who she was. What are you doing here? This is bad, isn't it?
キューちゃんが心配で
I'm
来
here
ちゃった
because I was worried about you,
今
darling.
帰り？
Are you
ちょ
heading
っとだけ
home right
お
now?
話ししな
Do you have time for a quick chat? Well, Clarisse had said she wanted to go buy a cake and eat at home, but there was still time before dinner. I double-checked the time and then nodded. But no more than an hour.
了解。
Great.
じゃあ
Then
そこの
let's
カ
head
フェ
that
でちょっ
cafe
と
over
話しま
there.
しょ
I've
う。
been dying to
ウ
try
インナ
this
ーコーヒーを
vanilla
飲んでみたい
coffee
わ。
I heard so much about. Aunt Minerva takes my arm as we walked. I'm starting to think about what everyone talked about in mythology society. I recalled all the theories I covered, but none of them would ever have expected an actual god to be in their neighborhood. I mean, too. You are a god too.
それでどう？元気？
Okay, so how you been? Fine,
あ
I
そこの
guess.
人すごい格好してるね。
Hey, what's with that lady's weird outfit?
コスプレ？
Is some kind of
Like a
costume? Is there a
event
special
or
event going on? She sticks out like a sore thumb. When gods ascend, they take form of humans, or they can remain as gods if they're invisible to people. Aunt Minerva wanted to talk to me, so she took the form visible to humans, but she was wearing the same clothes as she normally did. They probably think there's some strange night out going on. Looking around, some of the people staring at her actually seem to be into it. It's what happens with alternative fashion. You just learn to deal with it.
でもハロウィンっぽくて
You
可
learn to
愛い
just
よ
be
ね。
like, get it.
どこでああいうの売ってるんだろう。私もああいうの着てみ。
Apparently, Come Up has some kind of fashion statement. Lost Jokers really are accepting of everything. They really don't care. What about you, Lady Minerva? How have you been? I turned back to her and she was nodding enthusiastically.
元気よ元気。
Oh, I'm super great, but I'm more concerned about you, Cupid. You're acting kind of strange. Did something happen? Yes, I finally popped my cherry. Huh? Oh, strange? You think so?
ここに来るまで
It seems like your mind's been wandering this whole time. It's not like you, you know. Clarisse wasn't the only one who could tell. Aunt Minerva could obviously tell I was acting weird too. It really seems like what happened yesterday had changed me. Yeah, it usually does. Looking at her face, I'm reminded of the statue of Raul's place, the one that looks exactly like her. He said that it was a statue of 𝕤𝕒𝕤𝕤, but it's obviously the goddess Minerva, which didn't exactly help me relax. I had slept with him twice there now. The statue had nothing to do with it, but it still made me feel awkward somehow. Did you fall in love? No, it's not love. That much was definitely true, but it wasn't just some random activity like going to the gym. Basically a workout. If I had to say it was something on the verge of being special, it wasn't love, but it was making love. Lust and true emotions weren't the same. That was Raul's outlook. And yet I found myself feeling lost and confused. Aunt Minerva, can I ask you something? Of course. Ask me anything. Well, have you ever done it? Done it? Well, you know, made love? As I continue mumbling under my breath, Aunt Minerva spat out her coffee. Don't tell me you finally did it? Holy shit. Shh, not so loud, but yeah. I mean, it just kind of happened. But that's not the point. What I want to ask is, what's the difference between love and lust? Lady Minerva is a goddess of war and wisdom, but she's been a god for much longer than me, so that's for sure. So it makes sense for her to know more about this than me. I looked at her with desperation in my eyes. Mom, Dad, and even Lord Jupiter have experience with that stuff, right? But this was my first time, so I don't get it. I always thought that they were connected. If you were in love, you'd want to do the deed, but only after you were in love. But down here, people say you can do it with someone you don't love, that you can do it just to feel good. So now I don't know. What's the difference between doing it with someone you love and someone you don't? Or is it all just the same? I get what you're saying. You're not sure if there's a necessary connection between lust and love. There's no easy explanation, but it's a fact that doing it with someone you love does feel amazing. Someone you love? Wait, but are you saying you've been in love before? Oh, of course I have. I'm a spring chicken, you know. I've been in plenty of times to live life. Ah, but that's true. What is this track situation? Oh my god. I hate the sudden change of music and how it's just so weirdly placed to me. Anyway. We really don't keep track of time in Celestia, but after being down here, I got a sense of just how old gods could be. Aunt Minerva presides over war, wisdom, and even medicine. Hello! She's been worshipped for thousands of years. There's no better feeling than sharing that experience with someone you love. You feel fulfilled in body and soul. It's been a special moment that always stays with you, even after thousands of years. And it didn't hurt that he was incredible at it. Has it really been that long? I still remember it like it was yesterday. His voice, his gaze, his warmth. I can recall every single detail. It's the most precious memory I have. The most precious memory you have is having sex with someone? You're not Aphrodite. She stared into the distance as she recalled that memory. It made her look like a much younger woman. It was the face of someone still in love. I still have no idea how many millennia it had been, but that much was obvious. She must really be devoted to that love. Seeing that side of her was really surprising. It made me want to reflect on how I should act. Compared to her dedication, I had already gotten myself in some casual fling. I guess I shouldn't sleep with him so casually. It feels so nice. It's hard to resist. That sort of feeling has already taken root in me. Yeah, that's what happens when you get goody, girl. Anyway, But it should start as a special, wonderful emotion, like 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤 has described. It should be a sacred act. It can turn into one, sure. Cupid can't be involved in such indulgence. Next time I need to clearly and forcefully say no. I need to bid the farewell to that relationship of lust. I won't allow myself to use that excuse of pleasure. Yeah, we all say that. And then it doesn't turn out that way. I'm glad you do like the title though. Next time I see Raul, I'm going to beat into him what it means to love someone. Aunt Minerva was still talking about her first love, and I thought about all of that as I looked at her. Aunt Minerva could have just been thinking about the D, but okay.
Hi, Raul-san. じゃあお次はちょっと寂しげな表情ください。
Okay, Raul, can you make a slightly sad expression? All this black space down here, and you couldn't put the text there?
お、それいいですね。そのままそのまま。
That's not really sad. It's really more like angry, but sure.
やっぱり変わった。ラウル、いい表情するようになったわ。
Yeah, something's changed. Raul's expressions have improved a
やっぱり
bunch.
特別講師の演技
It
指
was the
導がい
right
い
call to bring in her as a special advisor. She seems like a good match for him.
身元がきちんとしてい
She's
て
got the right
趣味
background
が合う
and some
年
shared
の近い
hobbies.
女性
Who better for him to
彼女
fall
ならラ
for?
ウルの
My choice was
恋の
clearly
お
the
相手に
right
ぴっ
one.
たり。でもあ
But it
と一
needs one
歩な
final
のよね。
push. It's not just
今
physical
までみたい
relationship,
に体
but
の
it
関
hasn't
係だけ
gotten
で
to
はなさ
romance
そう
just
だけ
yet.
ど、恋にまではいけてないみたい。
Not her knowing they already fucking.
アドバイザーさんとはこ
I
の
had a
間
meeting with
面
the
談し
advisor
た
girl
け
the
ど、
other day,
あん
but
た
she's
も
quite
意外と
professional
真面
about
目なの
it.
よ
She
ね。
refuses to see Raul
ラウルを
romantically.
前に恋してく身元の確かな相手とデー
I
トを
told
楽し
her I
んで、
wanted
その
someone who
極
could
意が
enjoy
分
a
かったら
few
別
dates,
れるぐらい
then
が
break
ベ
up
スト
once he's learned about love.
初回問
Can't
題
she
に
take a
伝え
hint?
たんだから察してほしいものだわ。ラウルに恋を教
Now
えて
she's
み
talking
せま
about
す。
teaching him
なんて
about
言って
love. She's so focused on her job,
仕事
but I
第
guess
一な
that
のね。
could still
そ
work
れ
out
は
for me.
まあ助かるんだけど、もうちょっと二人が
I wonder
仲良
if
く
they
なら
could
ないか
grow
し
a
ら。
bit closer. I should encourage Raul to invite her
もっと
to his
勉強に
study
誘うように
sessions.
言っておかなきゃ。
Bah. Why are you so intent on them falling in love? Raul's agent told me to head to the Sillywood set instead of our normal rehearsal space. They're going to start filming Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2. Why are you so insistent though? I don't understand.
おはよう先生。
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's so cute when he looks so relaxed. Oh, that's such a calming look. Like, oh, I want to pet his head. It's so cute. Anyway, good morning. Don't call me ma'am. Good morning, Raul. I hadn't seen him face to face since that morning. Because of that, our greeting was awkward to say the least. But as the excitement of the work overcame us, the awkwardness fell away. He put on his work face and we got to it. After he got out of makeup, he was like a different person. Maybe it's me, but he just seems different from normal. The Sillywood actor Raul 𝕒𝕤𝕤𝕤. In the moment, he was truly an actor and not the obsessed parasite that I knew.
それでさ先生。ここ
I
の
was
セリ
thinking
フの
about
言い
changing
方また変え
the
てみ
way I
たんだ
deliver
けど
this line.
撮
Can
影
you
入
give
る
me
前
your
に見て
thoughts
もらって
before
い
we
い？
head to set? Sure, I'd be happy to. The script was covered in handwriting notes and I had to stand on my tippy toes to lean in to read. He read a few lines and I gave him detailed notes for each one. You should pause before you say her name. Don't blink when you say you love her. Things like that. As Cupid, I was familiar with these little human habits. I did my best to give him all the knowledge I could before filming. Those were just little tips and tricks. It would be best if he could experience those things firsthand. I'm guessing that Sillywood actresses he slept with so far were never really interested romantically. And that's the impression I've gotten when I talked to them at the party. But I thought about 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤 and decided to hope for even a sliver of hope. I recalled those beautiful lips as she smoked, She mentioned that you could never be successful without technique. I couldn't imagine her being in a romantic relationship. Oh, but if it was just one-sided, he could experience a broken heart too. Wait, Cupid shouldn't be thinking like that kind of scenario. I want people to experience the joy of love, the happiness of love, and being loved. Otherwise, I'm not fulfilling my role. And yet, imagining Raul being close to someone else, smiling at them innocently, caused a strange reaction inside of me. We call that jealousy, pain, sorrow, almost like verbatim. Those are the feelings you're probably feeling. What was that? What was that feeling at just now? Alright, let's start filming. Places, everyone, places. The director's voice echoed and Raul's shoulders drooped in disappointment.
タイムオーバーだ。
Time's up.
行って
I
くれ
better
よ。
get going. He handed me the script, then put both of his hands together as he stretched. I'm sure you'll be fine, Raul. I'll be watching from here. Right,
ありがとう、
thanks.
先生。
Why do you keep calling me ma'am? You know what my name is. He smiled and ran off. Watching him go, he really did have the aura of a true Hollywood actor. He's a mythology enthusiast and seems almost otherworldly. His sense of ethics is a bit off, of course. It was so easy for me to forget that he was a movie star. I watched him get ready for filming along with the rest of the staff. I hope he knows his performance out of the park. I hope he knocks his
じゃあ行く
performance.
よ。シーン3アクション。
ミヤ、さっきの男は何なんだ。俺との約束は嘘だったのか。
Mia, who was that man? Was your promise to me nothing but a lie?
バカ言
Oh
わ
my
ない
god,
で
look at his
彼は
eyes.
仕事相
That's
手
really
よ
good.
それぐらいで嫉妬し
Don't
ない
talk
で
nonsense. He's just a colleague. There's no need for you to get jealous.
嫉妬。
Jealous? I was
違う
just...
俺はただ。
私を独り占
You
めし
don't
ようとし
own
ない
me.
で
I have a
私に
career
は
to
キャ
worry
リアがあ
about
るのよ
too. You know.
それは俺より大切
Is
な
that
ものなの
more
か。
important than me? Wow, he's really amazing. He looked like he was losing his grip on his sanity, a man in pain, clinging desperately to his love. His acting conveyed all of it. His eyes were the same during the Mythology Society meeting. Watching him made me feel restless. But it's good that his acting is getting better. That's right, he was just acting. Just putting my advice into practice. I decided to assume that's all it was. I watched with bated breath along with everyone else. Before long, they finished filming the scene.
オッケー。今の表情いいな、ラウル。
Yeah,
よかった
great. Awesome. Thank goodness. The filming was off to a good start. I let off a sigh of relief. They continued on with the other scenes that had to be filmed on the same set. Some movies don't film in order of the script. That can't keep the same set for I'm pretty sure they meant they can't keep the same set forever, so it's makes sense that they can't go in order. I was thinking about how tough that must be when I noticed Raul staring at the lead actress. The next scene was set early in the story when the two of them were on a date and were first getting romantic.
オッケー。今日はここまでにしよう。
That has to be complicated to switch your emotions back and forth that way. Like, okay, we're gonna be this, and now we're gonna do this, and now go like be angry at that person, but now I want you to love them, and now I want you to be like, I'd be like, oh, wait a minute, I can't switch that quickly.
お疲れ様です。
The call out concluded the day, and everyone relaxed. The director went up to Raul and patted him on the shoulder.
あー、ラウル、最高じゃないか。
Yeah, I know, he's great, awesome. I'm really glad that you liked it.
と言っても。
Yeah. Still needs to work on proving love and showing it better.
ですよね。
Right, I'll try to keep
勉
improving.
強しておきます。
So his expression of love still needs work. He needs to fall in love, babes. The director was right, he was still playing it safe. I had to admit it wasn't as good as it could be. He's getting better little by little, but still feels like a little bit too casual. In a scene where he meets the heroine Mia, the way he hits her on her was more like a casual encounter than a sincere desire. And when he confessed his feelings to her, there was no sense of innocence or excitement that comes with newfound love. I knew how comfortable Raul was with telling someone that he was into them or going in for an embrace. But because he's been so many casual encounters in his life, his mind was complete opposite of innocent. He hadn't been doing that kind of thing lately, but old habits die hard. In order to present that kind of innocent love, he would have to come to understand what romance really was. And his on-site advisor, it was my job to teach him the ABCs of pure love. That's Cupid's one true duty. I guess. I tried to recall all the couples I've seen while I was in Celestia, in search of what I should say to Raul. I'm gonna be like, hello? A muffin stuck in your throat. That's one way to title a thing. The next day, filming experienced some difficulties.
待ってくれミア。どうして置いていくんだ。そんなに仕事が大切なのか。
Mia, wait for me. Why are you leaving me behind? Is your work really so important to you? This script already is making me upset.
また。
Why did it have to happen again? I've never been in any good. I'm just...
Stop!
What happened? It doesn't just come out the way I envisioned it. I'm sorry, we'll have to keep doing it over and over. No, it's okay. It's all part of the process. Depth. You're like a kid throwing a tantrum because of his favorite toy. It shows devotion, but not in a cool way, you see? Any immature section is combined with pity for a man cast aside. Maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I just need more depth. You're terrible. Like, okay, you're not a bad director, but as a director, you should be able to be like, I need you to imagine this scenario, right? Here's this problem. Like, you're losing your woman to her being a workaholic, and you don't necessarily mind her working. It's just you feel like she's forgotten you, and you don't want to feel forgotten, and you want her to remember you and all the other good shit. Like, try to convey that emotion of how that would make you feel. Like,
まあ続けて何度も撮ってるし火の位置も変わってきたからな。じゃあ次はシーンない。ミアが一人で食事をするシーン。
the director clapped his hands to signal everyone to begin prepping for the next scene. This scene only had the leading actress by herself, so that was it for Raul for today. At least give him a scenario to work from. I actually like him with his hair down better. I don't like slick back, but whatever. Looks like they're causing trouble for me. Looks like I'm causing trouble for them again. Raul got changed and appeared with a troubled look on his face. Good work today. Please, ma'am, can you tell me what was wrong with my portrayal of love? As he stood in front of me, I compared his performance with his co-star. I think it's because you haven't really developed your own sense of values when it comes to love. Sense of values? Like, in the fourth scene, it didn't feel like a moment between lovers. It was too friendly. It needed a more genuine simplicity. It was obvious that the man had other women on his side. He didn't seem like he needed the heroine. You're playing a man that has eyes for her, but she chooses to work over you. That's where the emotional value comes from. I see. There's always the VOD, Opsy. Oh, and your eyes don't look like they're in love. My eyes? When someone experiences passionate love, and their eyes sparkle, like the other person is all stars in the night sky. Sparkle? Like
こんな感じ
this? Raul opened his eyes wide in effect to make them sparkle. That's kind of cute that they did that. That's really nice. But I didn't feel the same as someone in love, if I had to put it into words. You're thinking about mythology right now, aren't you?
バレたか
You saw right through me. I knew it. The same face he makes whenever he talks about mythology. Raul, the obsessed parasite. His expressions are brightest when he's talking about his obsessions.
でもな
But I just can't help it. My eyes never sparkle the way they do when I'm thinking about
目
my
が輝くこと
myths.
なんてないんだけど
Well, for any normal person, being in love is what does it. What's reductive? It's only because you've had casual encounters your entire life. No amount of one-night stands will get you any closer to understanding true love. You still never been in love, right?
そうだね
Well, true.
少なくとも先生が言ってたみたいな複雑な感情とか
I never felt like
苦しさ
complex
とかは
emotions like a broken
まだ感
heart
じたこと
or
な
all
いか
that
な
other stuff you talk about.
でも
But I
嫉妬とか
do
独占
think
欲とか
I
はちょっと分かった
understand
気が
jealousy
す
and
るな
possession a little better.
前
I've
は
never had those
それすらな
before.
かったから
Rose smiled softly as he looked at me. My heart skipped a beat. I got the sense that the last comment was directed at me. Jealousy and possessiveness. Is it because of last meeting, isn't it? I still haven't talked to Raul about that day. I couldn't bear to bring it up because it's so embarrassing. The mood suddenly turned awkward, so I cleared my throat. Well, if you fall in love with someone nice, you'll understand. And as your Cupid, I'll be on the lookout for that moment. The problem right now, though, is that you aren't able to meet anyone. That and you don't seem to need love at all. This is all for the lessons for his acting. Raul doesn't seem to have any desires to fall in love.
確かに
You're not wrong. I
恋が
don't
何なの
understand
か
love,
分
so
から
I
ない
can't
以上
force myself to want
したい
it.
って気持ちにもならないよね
If it weren't for this
仕
gig,
事が
I
なきゃ
wouldn't bother.
恋しようとすらしなかっただろうし
Saying the eyes sparkle is only a matter of being in love. Someone can love their hobbies more than people, which clearly he does, so I understand that. And hello, Janae.
だって恋って面倒なんでしょ
Love is kind of a pain, isn't it? I'd have less time for my hobbies, and nobody I know sees the value in it. Nobody you know? You mean all of the Sillywood actor friends?
そうそう
Yep.
スタッフた
I
ちが
hear the
話して
film
る
crew
のも
talking
よく
about
聞
it
く
too
よ
a lot. They all
今は
avoid it
仕事
because they
一つ
want
して
to
生き
focus
たい
on
か
their
ら
work.
恋はパスって俺も恋をした
I
せ
don't
い
want to
で
have
石
less
像
time
に
to
泣い
polish
て
my
文
statues
献を
or
読む
read
時間が
scripts
減るのは嫌
or
だしな
contracts just because I'm in love. I don't like how he thinks that love can be a pain. It's true that recent decline in marriage rates are partially due to that thinking among humans. Back in Celestia, the couples that separated after I brought them together would often say that they wanted to focus on work or hobbies. But I'm here right now to stand against that cultural shift. This is a terrible take on that. It does have value, in my humble opinion. It's incredibly wonderful. It can improve your hobbies, sure. Are you sure about that? Yeah. Don't you have any longing for love? After all those myths and stories you've read, don't you want to experience it for yourself? But those stories are all straight to the point. It's always love at first sight or marriage after slaying some great beast. I wish I could say that he was wrong about that. I'm sure that there's more to it, but they had paper back then, so you had to get to the point right away. She's such a traditionalist. It's so weird. Like, she's like, oh, don't you want to be in love? It's like those people who are like, don't you want to have children, or don't you ache for marriage? And it's like, bro, he really could just not want that. Like, would that kill you? And it's like, apparently, fucking Christ. But I would like to get stuck by Cupid's arrow. After all, they were strong enough to get the Queen of Crypt to fall in love with the bull. Well, I can't deny that's how the story goes, at least. This is so annoying. Hearing him talk like that made it sound like my dad was completely right. I can hear him now. I told you so, young one. But this is where my skills as advisor come in. I have to prove to him that he can learn about love even without Cupid. Well, what about romantic movies or novels? Have you those ever made you want to see what it was like to be in love? Nah, not really. When it comes to movies, I usually pay more attention to the other stuff. What other stuff? Like, one time I realized that they were filming on set in Greece and how there was a temple dedicated to Zeus nearby. Or I keep an eye out for bas relief carvings in the background or statues and nikes like that. Nike? I think they meant to put that in orange, but it stayed pink. You mean... Yep, the goddess of victory, otherwise known as Victoria. That's the last thing you should be looking at in a romantic movie. I realize that, but I just can't help it. At the end of the day, I just don't have any interest in those scenes of romance. It's not that I didn't know that already, but all I could do in that moment was sigh. How could someone who doesn't understand the wonder of romance movie star in one himself? This was a bigger problem than I realized. Even though he really had no experience with romance, I thought he would understand its entertainment value if nothing else. Alright, then let's watch some romantic movies together to learn more about them. Really? Then how about we watch But I'll be focusing on the romantic plots and no mythology talk. One mythology word and I'm out of there. What? Come on! Not him dropping to the floor. Oh my gosh, stop being a child. Raul fell to his knees, forbidding any talk about mythology must have been a real culture shock to his system. Well, if you really don't want it to, I just won't do it. What will be? I glanced at Raul, who was still on his knees. He forced himself back up and dusted himself off. No, I'll do it. You're my teacher, so please help me. I want to learn the joys of romance. The look on Raul's face was serious. It wasn't the usual relaxed feel he gave out. He really does want to learn from me then. I smiled in response. Alright, then let's go rent some movies. I'll pick out the very best of the best. Picks out the Notebook. We went and picked out a bunch of different movies and then headed to Raul's place. You went there again? You keep going to this man's house like you don't know what he'll do. I'm not saying he's like a predator or anything like that, but girl, you done went there like 2 times, and every time you went there, something happened to you. Like you were bent out of place every time you went to this man's house. Why do you keep letting this man come to your house? Why do you keep going to this man's house? Why? Why you keep going to this man's house? Like, you already know if he get in the mood, it's gonna happen. But okay, all right. Keep going to this man's house and we'll see shit happen. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Lying ass. Like you was unaware that he was gonna bend you over. Okay. This is the dumbest shit to me. It's just like, he's like, oh, you know, like, let's go watch it at his house. Why would you go to his house? Why? All right. Definitely practicing yoga for sure. We piled up the movies that we rented, and I thought about which ones to watch first. Let's go with the standard passionate love. Instead of movies that are like tug of war, I thought it would be better to experience a fateful romantic life. Now, should we go with the happy ending or a tragic one? I think Raul might understand tragedy better, in which case I picked up 3 choices. Pretty Prince, Bridal Battle, or Moulin Rouge. I think he'll like Moulin Rouge better, because Moulin Rouge was... If it's based on the one that I think it's supposed to be based on, yeah, that's a true tragedy, I guess. Let's kick things off with this one, Moulin Rouge. It's a true romance that shows how to deal with all kinds of tough obstacles. Aunt Minerva and I watched it a bunch in Celestia. They knew that they shouldn't be together, but they were in love. Everyone objected, they broke up, but they knew they'd be together again. It was the perfect example of what romance should look like. Oh, this is a famous one. I've never seen it myself, but I've always meant to check it out. Oh, he likes this. Okay. Pay attention to how they use their eyes, okay? And I pause it here and there to explain the change in their emotions. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, and I made us some coffee. I looked down to the fresh brew coffee and French pastries and waiting on the table. He's so kind. Oh my god, so sweet. Wow, that looks delicious. This is perfect for movie watching. I mean, wine would be better, but I figured since this is technically a study session... you made the right choice. When it comes to studying, Raul is an undeniable diligent student. Since I know what he's like, I'm able to talk to him honestly without holding back, despite what had happened between us. I'm still a bit nervous since I'm at his house. What I'm talking about, but you sitting there, right? But there's no reason to think that things would get either hot or heavy as I press play and sat on the couch feeling at ease. You don't think things would get hot and heavy when you're watching romance movies in his house where you've previously done it twice? No, you don't think anything's gonna happen? And you're teaching him about romance? Okay. The company logos come and went, and the intro music started to swell. Our film screening had officially begun. It started off simple setting, description, Paris, 1899. Oh, did you see that? There was a Cupid arrangement in the shop. And if you want to start talking mythology, I'm perfectly happy to go home and leave you to it. Oh, sorry, forget it. I said anything. Paris, 1899. Our lover's romance begins in a 𝕤𝕒𝕤𝕤. Oh, look at their faces. See how he gazes at her when he first sees her? It's clearly love at first sight for him. I guess so. It doesn't seem like he's falling in love, but I honestly have no idea why. It's up to you to make the audience forget about that why. As long as the emotion comes across, the reason doesn't matter. That's how important the scene is. You have to tell the audience that you fell in love at this moment, or the story won't make sense. And the actor succeeded in that, which is why it won a bunch of awards, and why people still watch it today. Yep, that's exactly right. I see. That's one heck of a responsibility on my shoulders. Raul smiled playfully, his eyes still glued to the screen. He seemed really interested in the movie now. It somehow suddenly motivated him as an actor. He finally saw the importance of portraying love. He realized this was why his director kept having him redo his scenes. From that point on, he didn't mention mythology a single time. Oh great, you've learned to break him. I'm so happy that you've broke his wonderful spirit to make him into a drone for you. He watched quietly and listened carefully to my explanations. A few times, he acted out the lines for the movie to himself. There is no greater bliss in this world than giving you my love. I want to be with you forever. That was a line from the movie, word for word, but for some reason when Raul said it, something felt off. He seemed to realize it too. He placed his hands over his mouth and turned his head to the side, thinking it over. There's no greater bliss. No, that's not quite it. He stared at the screen and frowned. I could tell he was completely serious about figuring it out. Oh my god, stop repeating his name like this. I hate this writing. His agent told me that he's best suited for roles where he can utilize his personal experiences. So if he could have a kind of virtual personal experience through these movies, that could be really useful for him. Oh, what convenience that we're at this house and we're with someone that he really, really likes. Convenience at best. As I watched him work, I prayed that he could develop a true longing for love. Oh, look, it's nighttime. I'm like annoyed because I feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like something's gonna happen. And this is like, she's gonna be like, I never saw this happening. Like, bitch, yes, you did. And then we watched all the movies together back to back. When we arrived at the 5th movie of the night, in that last scene, his actual words were pretty strong, right? But more than anything, he was expressing regret. Right. Oh, and here, the man is expressing his own internal strife. That might be a good reference point for you. Right. Huh? All of a sudden, something soft yet heavy plopped down on my head. Oh, he fell asleep. Oh, he's so cute. Hold on. I pressed the right button. There we go. Oh, so cute. Look at him, look so kind. Oh, so precious. Okay. He fell asleep. Raul's hand was laying on mine. That's an awkward place to be. The ending credits finished, and in the back reflection of the screen, I can see Raul's fast asleep. His breath slowed. He was clearly in deep sleep. That's when I remembered. That's right, Raul started filming really early this morning. His agent told me during the shoot that it was tough because Raul was filming for another thing really early. Yeah, you must be really exhausted, Raul. And yet, he was willing to study all these movies with me. I'm sure he was the most irritated at his own acting. Raul was serious and sincere about his work after all. His head had suddenly felt heavier. My heart started beating faster. That subtle movement gave me the impression of desire. Our bodies were touching and I could feel his close body heat. He was warm and heavy, but heavy in a way that I found comforting. I leaned back against him so that we were each supporting each other. He seemed so young and innocent, a man that doesn't know love, but I still don't know that much about him. For one thing, I don't know anything about your childhood. I whispered that, half to myself, the other from him with more soft breathing. He never talks about his private life. It's always just mythology. There is nothing about him personally that he would ever mention. You can't be that irritated with Cupid. Normally, when he was awake, he was innocent, sincere, and friendly, but he refused to rely on anyone. He didn't really refuse anyone, but he never changed anyone either. That he told me that he didn't mind being alone. Just like the action movies he's in, he has the strength to overcome many difficult obstacles. Up until now, I hadn't really realized that he had never relied on me or tried to get in my attention. Even when making love, he went for the most straightforward moves, like a trainer at a gym. He found the most pleasurable areas and focused on those. And when I woke up the next morning, he was back to his normal self. This is just his first time ever shown any kind of vulnerability. It was really clear that he had started to feel more relaxed around me. That made me happy. Damn, not me relating to her in a weird way. I could hear his quiet, regular breathing. Why regular? I just sat there and listened as I leaned against him. I woke up on the couch. When did I fall asleep? There was a blanket wrapped over me. I have absolutely no idea what happened. I looked at the clock. It was only 10 o'clock. I suddenly felt my stomach grumble and remembered I hadn't eaten dinner. Just then, I heard footsteps near the window. My eyes opened wide at the sight of her there. It needs something else. Huh? She was messing around with the Mars statue. Apparently, she had just finished putting my hat on it. Next, let's try this. She grabbed a pair of sunglasses and stuck them on the statue. I couldn't see her face, but she seemed to be having fun. No, it's much more like Mars. The face was totally wrong, so I had to take care of that. Next up is... She was humming to herself as she's crouched down next to the statue of Neptune. This section here is totally wrong, I think. She looked at Minerva's statue, turning her head to the side. It's a cute little movement. I wanted to run over and hug her, but I had to hold myself back. I didn't want to stop her from having fun with the statues. If she was eager to interact with them, even without me, she must be a true enthusiast. I didn't realize that she was that into mythology. She's not. With any other girl, it was clear that they pretended to like my mythology when I was around. As a Sillywood actor, it's impossible to meet a girl that truly loved myths. I was always let down in the end. Any girl that was interested in me just pretended to try and catch my interest. But she really, truly is into it. It's not like just some facade to get me to like her. At first, I thought she was just playing along too, even though she obviously knew a lot about the topic. I was so happy whenever she knew that I was talking about. I felt genuinely awful when she got mad at me, but she really does love it. She was angry at me as my advisor, and I guess it's because I haven't been helping to understand what love is. What should I do? I'm so happy right now. I pulled the blanket up and closed my eyes. I could still hear her making happy sounds. Mars, Venus, Cupid, she whispered. Thank you for the hydrate. Names one after another. I wanted the moment to last forever. Then I heard footsteps and felt the shadow fall over me. He still isn't ready to wake up, huh? What should I do now? She leaned in close to my face and I completely froze up. I pretended to be asleep, waiting to see what she'd do next. Usually, if a girl stayed over, she'd try to kiss me in secret. Hello, Riker Ninja. It goes well. I hope you're having a good day. Usually if a girl stayed over, she'd try to kiss me in secret, or drape herself over me seductively to wake me up. If I left now, I'd have to leave the door unlocked, but should I really stay the night again? Well, I have to get him to set tomorrow anyway, so maybe it's okay, and I need to return to the movies tomorrow too. As she mumbled to herself, I could tell that she was wandering away from me. I snuck a quick peek and saw her walking in the kitchen. After a moment, I heard the fridge open. I'm so hungry. You wouldn't mind if I just had a little something to eat, right? I guess she hadn't eaten dinner either. When we finished the fourth movie, it was already past 7 o'clock. Once I fell asleep, I guess she felt like she couldn't leave and had to stay there waiting for me. She's the world's most professional advisor, and I couldn't deny I was happy that she was still there. No Sillywood actress would care about locking the door if I was asleep. They just leave as soon as they felt like it. And here my own personal advisor, spending all of her free time on me. I know it's just part of her job, but still. Playing with the statues definitely wasn't part of her job. I couldn't help but smile. I really was getting hungry, so I decided to get up and head to the kitchen. As I stood up, I decided it would be a good chance for us to make dinner together. I also hoped that she'd be willing to talk a bit about mythology as a reward for studying those movies so hard today. Oh, he's such a golden retriever, ridiculously good personality person. I love him. The next morning... Okay, I'll go ahead and return to movies. Oh, I don't mind doing that. No, it's fine. I wanted to stop by my place first anyway. You just get as much rest as you can until it's time to perform. I'll meet up with you on set. And she's gone. After she left, I felt slightly lonely. I was hoping we could go to set together. Oh, he's so cute! But she kept telling me that I have to learn to rest properly or I'll just keep dozing off. After we ate dinner, she forced me to take a bath and then shuffled me off to bed. I was so tired and I fell asleep as soon as my head hit the pillow and didn't wake up again till morning.
女の子と何もせずに
It was the
気分を
first time
晴らしたのは
it was the first time in a
初めて
while
だ。
I'd gone a whole night without messing around with the girl. You do it every night? Nigga, what the hell? Damn, just like take a breather. A whole night together. The mood never went that way. We didn't even kiss. I couldn't remember the last time that happened. Huh. Wait,
あれ
what was the strange feeling in my chest? Did I get a bit of muffin stuck in my throat?
まあいいや
Whatever, it doesn't
俺
matter.
もそろそ
I
ろ
should
出かけ
get
る
ready
準
to
備
go
しよう
too.
っと
Despite still feeling slightly confused, I got myself ready to leave. When I found my sunglasses still on the Mars statue, I felt another strange sensation in my chest. That's why you named it that? Oh my god. All that's left is to loosen your restriction on marriage and allow him to date our members. I guess when you're right, you're right. A heavy sigh echoed around the interview room. I was having my weekly meeting with Raul's agent today, yet there was a heavy atmosphere, almost oppressive atmosphere, surrounding us. Both Raul's agent and I were feeling down from a very specific reason. The filming today had suffered more difficulties.
ラウル、違うよ。
Okay, so he's still not getting it.
前より良くなったけど、まだ違うな。
Raul's been receiving criticism after criticism a number of times today. He had to do multiple retakes for every scene. After a while, he caught a delay. As a result, all the scenes that don't require him to do any romantic acting are done. If watching movies or offering up tips and tricks wasn't enough, then all that is left is for Raul to experience the real thing. But I think it goes well if Raul had someone he can be with. He changed lately. Someone, you say? For some reason, the agent looked at me and then sighed. I wonder if anyone like that will be a good fit for him. Well, I've been compiling a list of potential members who are compatible with someone like Raul. Please take a look. I take a look at the list and I'm compiled with members, but then the agent just heaves a sigh. You really are diligent. See why you're the #1 advisor. When that man's spirit has not been broken, he's just been smashed with a hammer. Like, she is so persistent on him being in love, and like, the agent's like, oh, you should fall in love with him because it makes sense if you do it. And then if we need him to leave, we could just leave you because, you know, you care too much about your job. Like, if this isn't the most foretelling kind of thing, it's so on the fucking nose and it's like bugging me out. Anyway. Plus, I'm Cupid of love. My raison d'etre is to deliver love to many people as I can. It is my duty. But I'm sorry, but have you ever considered dating Raul yourself just to make things easy? I apologize, but internal relations explicitly prohibit advisors from dating and engaging with clients past our work. Oh, really? Darn it. I should have never asked then when we got started. The agent shrugs and starts flipping through the members list. Oh, this member is an archaeologist. This one works at a museum, and this one is a bookworm, and the daughter of a city council member. Yes, all of those members have been background checks and more than suitable for Raul's wants and needs. Well, consider me, please. This will do. It looks like in time to throw in the towel for Raul's bachelordom. The agent closes her eyes and pinches the bridge of her nose. Suddenly, she looks exhausted. After a while, she nods to herself and perks up back up. Alright, I'll do a secondary background check, and if nothing's wrong, I'll pass your suggestions to Raul myself. Thank you for your consideration. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, we're not supposed to get involved. Bitch, you had sex twice. Like, you've already been, like, compromised. She's like, oh, you know, we just can't get involved in their matters and whatnot. Meanwhile, she's, like, thinking about all the back shots he gave her. Like, girl. Oh, my God. Got it. I'll make sure to be clear on that. And the thing is, like, his advisor knows that. Like, his advisor has a clue that, like, she's been round town with him already. So, I don't understand. Anyway. Glad that's out of the way. Now Raul should be able to finally meet someone he can connect with. I handpicked members that I thought would be perfect matches for Raul. In truth, there's lots more who want better fits, but the members I had in mind got married before I was given the green light from Raul's agent. That's always the case. Anyway, the remaining 3 members might have some quirks, but I think this makes them all the more capable with Raul. Once they meet and Raul opens up himself more and the possibilities, love might bloom. I hope. Hold on. Suddenly, my stomach drops, like the ground beneath me has vanished from thin air. I feel like I'm floating high in the sky. But the ground is still beneath my feet. There's no physical difference, at least as far as I can tell. Currently, we're in Cupid Corp's interview room and it's my usual day-to-day workplace. Well, I'll be going now. I don't know if any of our matches will work, but I hope that you still continue to instruct Raul. Naturally, it's my pleasure. I saw that agent off while bowing. Things were difficult because of Raul's fame, but now that it's no longer an obstacle, things can progress. Finally, his agent's moving forward. This is for the best, so why do I feel that? Why am I not happy for him? Because you want him. That's why. You want him for yourself. And that, my dear girl, is totally okay. You can want someone. I promise you it will be fine. The slight drizzle of the rain outside is making it difficult to see. I gaze out in the rain mindlessly, slipping my coffee across the table from my agent. Today's filming was cancelled due to the weather. Still, my agent called me in. I have a feeling she's going to want to talk about my romantic acting. I hope this isn't the end for me. I've always tried to do my best when it comes to my role, but right now I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I feel stuck. I drink my coffee like a robot, but then I hear the clink of a mug as my agent puts her coffee cup down. She means business. I'll cut to the chase. Here's your next love lesson, Raul. Lesson? The advisor from Cupid Corp gave me some files on a few members. Honestly, it's too early for you to consider marriage, so I'm focusing on dating only, but this is your final chance. If you are ready and willing, I'd like for you to meet someone of these advisors' picks. My agent takes out 3 sheets of paper and spreads them before me. Each has a different Cupid Corp member. I don't even look at the details before turning to my agent. Wait, the advisor recommended them? Yes, she said that she's already had background checks and bonus. They even all have similar interests. I checked them the second time and they seem to be everyday folks who aren't even fans of yours, meaning they're perfect for you. Well, if my teacher suggested these girls, then I guess I'm okay with taking them out. That's the answer I wanted to hear. But remember, they're interested in marriage. Don't show any signs that you're not. Dating and falling in love is fine, but remember your future as an actor. Marriage is off the table right now. So basically, come waste these girls' time. Keep it between us. If the advisor catches us any winds of this, she'll be furious, no doubt. She even pointed that out earlier. Gotcha. I can date someone. I can even fall in love, but I can't risk and talk about marriage or getting married. Talk about difficult. Still, I get where my agent's coming from. I'm an action star that's been cast in a romantic movie. I have to put in effort. The demographics are completely different, so I have to think about my image as an actor as well as my future. Because of that, I can't suddenly get married. I'm selling a dream, plus I don't want to get too involved in romance. I don't want to mess up my image for my agent either. She's so serious and earnest and always does her best for me. But I can't improve my acting if I don't learn to fall in love. I guess that's my weakness when it comes to experience-based actor. If only I could be like Emma or Penelope. They can portray love with no problem. Honestly, I'm starting to think that the movie would be a better success without me. My acting just isn't good enough. It's easier to fight Amazonian crocodiles than it is to act like I'm in love. But sitting around and complaining won't change anything. I have to step up or step down. Those are my only choices right now. That's why I decided to rely on my teacher and follow her suggestions. And if she chose these members for me, then that should be good. I just have to follow through. But I can't make myself look at their profiles. Even if I meet them and go out, things will go better. I hope so. The drizzle outside in the window grew bigger and bigger as I thought about my dating life. Now that the drizzle is loud, sputtering rain. Could it be a symbolism that that's not what you want to do, so you shouldn't force yourself to do something you don't want to do? I listened to the sound of the storm as I took another sip of coffee. Honestly, I really don't want to do this. So don't! Today is the day that Raul will be meeting up with the selected Cupid court members. Ahead of their date, I'll be meeting with Raul to review what he needs to focus on. Now, Raul, please repeat the dating tips that I taught you. Don't look at your phone while talking. Keep the monologues to a minimum. Don't casually sleep with them. Right. Perfect. Someone's been paying attention. It's hard not to when you told me them a dozen times. I take it you're not coming along to chaperone? Well, as much as I'd like to, I think that it would be ruin the mood. I'd much rather allow love to happen spontaneously. Gotcha. You really are my Cupid, aren't you? Always and forever. I nodded proudly, but Raul just sighed. Then he put his sunglasses on as his own way of getting excited about the dates. Nah, he's trying to block his feelings off. To be honest, I want you to stop me from going on these dates, but I guess I'll head out now. Pardon? Stop him? But I'm the bridal advisor. My main goal is to connect others for dates, especially with Cupid court members. Yeah, but he doesn't want to do it because he's not interested. So do your job. Oh, we can stop him. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. I could scold him. I can encourage him. But he really doesn't want to do it. Oh, that's interesting. Do I? You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna stop him and see what happens. Did I save? No, but who gives a shit? I'll redo this whole thing over. If it goes bad. For a moment, I'm almost stopped Raul from leaving. But then I yanked my outstretched hand back. Raul watched the entire action when I looked at him, and our eyes met. Ooh, he saw you do that. Raul hinted like he was about to say something to me. He even looks like he's about to turn to face me, but I stepped back. Good luck. Please come back to the office once you're all done. I'll be eagerly waiting your report. Yep. I'll do my best to give you something good to listen to. Raul walks away from me with an unmotivated expression. I watch him leave, my eyes occasionally darting to my hand. Why did I reach out? Why does my hand want to grab onto the hem of his shirt? Why didn't you actually stop him? I'm so fucking pissed. Go get him. He doesn't want to do this. This isn't me. I should go and pray for his date success now. Go get him! This absolute hoe. I'm gonna say it just in case something terrible happens. Like, I can't believe you didn't go get him. Where are we in this love chart anyway? Damn, we're already at 80. My guy loves us a lot. Unlike fucking Shelby over there. Like, go get him. Oh my god, you're so useless. I wanted to chaperone him since it's his first serious date, but most members aren't keen on having a 𝕘𝕒𝕚𝕤 advisor. Of course, that's only natural. Having an advisor there would definitely make things difficult for love to flourish. I pray for things will go well as I return to my work desk. You coward. After I left, I came to the designated meeting area. I saw a woman sitting there with a thick book, and I guess that's my first date. A female archaeologist and researcher. Hello, sorry for making you wait. You must be a Cupid court member. Raul, pleased to meet you. Likewise. Ready to go? Yes, I thought we could visit a museum. I've heard that you're fond of mythology. Looks like someone's done their homework. Nice. I'm well aware that you're a daydreamer who loves the mythology, though I'm not sure oysters and Satan are connected. Yeah, sorry for that. Also, you want to try 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤? Pardon, but that's the food of the gods. Desiring it is quite disrespectful. Sorry for that too. I can't stand those who do not understand the context of myths and peoples of the past. Let's be off. She continued to talk at me before taking off. She has a habit of pushing up her glasses, combined with other stuff. I think it's what's best call her a highbrow lady. It seems like there's lots of different kinds of people who like myths. I get the feeling that she could talk anyone at the society, including me. She won every argument we had. But she's an archaeologist after all. I'm sure that she's done serious research and hates amateurs like me. From her perspective, I'm just a scrub who likes myths. I'm the kind of person who's more fiction over fact. That said, she's kind of intense. I don't see how this can turn into any kind of romance, but my teacher recommended her, so I should at least try. I think about what to say carefully so I don't get yelled at as I trail behind. And then he hates every date. And then after that, I went on more dates with other recommended members, one after another. The highbrow archaeologist, the bookworm, then finally the museum worker. My agent said that they all had similar interests as me and were background checked, but I bet she only checked that they would be into like mythology and nothing else. You met Poseidon? Don't play the fool. Poseidon is a powerful deity, second only to 𝕤𝕒𝕤𝕤 Zeus. He would never desire to speak to a mere human. By the way, why are you so close? Do you think of your god? Move away. Yeah, I don't like you. You're so totally different than what Papa said. You barely treated me like a princess. What a waste of such good looks. Oh, my butler Sebastian was the one who filled out my profile. Don't take it too seriously. See you never, pretty boy. Oh, wow. I'm actually not that into mythology. My work is involves inspecting art. I'm also charged with preserve artistic intent. Oh, work calls. I'm so sorry. I'm just go on ahead, excuse myself. I'll get in touch later. They're all terrible dates. Wow, they're all shitty. And just like that, my string of dates were over really, really fast. Well, that's great. I really wanted to go home. This talking to these women had exhausted me. It's tiring enough to be surrounded by fans, but talking to women who aren't actually interested in me is exhausting. Here. I didn't have any fun, and I thought I couldn't fall in love unless I went through the steps, but it's not worth it. Agreed, they're all mid.
でも
I thought love was fun, but I already know something more fun than
もっ
this.
と楽しい時間を
It's my time spent with Neby. Of course, I'm always fun. Time always flies when I talk to her. Plus, we can enjoy talking about mythology too.
俺
Maybe
別に
I just don't want to talk
神話
about
トー
myths
ク
all
し
the
たかった
time.
わけじゃないのかな
My conversation with the archaeologist was more in depth than when I talked to Neby about myths. She was incredibly specialized in a way that I'll never be. Her background in research was stunning and she knew so much. But I didn't have fun at all. I thought that talking with Neby had been more enjoyable because she could discuss mythology together. Now that I've met someone else I could discuss myth with, I realize that's not why I like her.
きっと俺
I think I don't want to change myself to be capable of love. This feeling is different than the person I am with the crew or Sillywood actress, with my fans or with my society friends. Neby never made fun of who I was. To you personally. She never made fun of my opinions. To you out loud. She always smiles and listens patiently. Then when she shares her own thoughts and opinions too, I always felt happy. She might have a completely different point of view, but that's exciting. It makes me want to debate her all night long. And she sees me for who I really am. She doesn't see me as a Raul 𝕒𝕤𝕤. That's not true. None of this is true. She sees you as all of that, but sure. To her, I'm just Raul. Actually, you're Raul, the star, the obsessive myth guy who's really good at sex. She doesn't hold back with me. That makes me feel happy.
早く
I
彼女に会いたい
I
んだ
miss her so much right now. Ah, kind of the reason why I love reading like from a guy's perspective is because I like to know what they're thinking, possibly, and I like to know these feelings that they have because I personally cannot ever know them. So when I read these stuff, I'm just like, that's more so sweet. Like, it's good to know that he has these feelings and whatnot, because how else would I know? I feel like the desire to go see her and talk with her, to go sit with her, see her face. I want to go to her right away.
そうだ
Oh my god, I love that eagerness. That's right, I have an excuse. She told me to report to her after my dates. They ended earlier than planned, so I should go to her right now. She probably won't be happy that the dates ended so soon, but that's not my problem right now. They're all left early anyways. I'll just go listen to her and follow her directions again. After all, is it so bad to want this? I nearly run to Cupid Corp. My strides are so big. Maybe this is what love actually is, or maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't really know. I've never been in love, and this is also new to me. But when I'm with her, I can feel like my acting improved. She's my advisor, my personal Cupid of love. And I can't I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to say help, but break into a run so I can hurry back to her. So precious. Oh my god, I love this. It's like, I envy her so much because I want this. Like, homeboy is running to see her. Back to my desk. Chi was using my laptop as his resting place as I gently pet him. As I was attempting to work, but I felt a bit dazed. I'm feeling restless over Raul's dates. I can't hardly focus. I start fidgeting as I pet Chi to distract myself. Then an email and notification pops up. This is from... The sender is one of Raul's dates for today. It's a museum worker. From a professional standpoint, she's intelligent, mature, and quite beautiful. It seemed like a natural match, and yet she's turning him down. She's refusing to see Raul ever again. I suppose that's the difficult part about making a successful match. The first date always decides a person's impressions. If they fall through, then there's no saving the match no matter what. I bet she has success if she wasn't dating someone from the Parasite 5. Still, I had high hopes for that Raul would find some success with her, but I suppose high hopes have been a mean devastating disappointment. Though I feel like whatever that said, it's fine. What's this? I feel relief. Relief that Raul's date fell through, but I couldn't be feeling this way. I shake my head and check my inbox again. While wondering about the other 2 dates, another email appears. Raul? It's as if he summoned him. The email was from Raul. He finished his last date and is on the way to Cupid Court right now. Wow, he's running and telling her, by the way, I'm coming. She looked up and down at me and blinked slowly. Our eyes met, and I tilted my head to the side in mild surprise. The dates ended rather fast, didn't they? As a sinking feeling settles in my stomach as I put tea on my desk, I go and reserve a meeting room. All the while, I pray for some good news for Raul. I mean, there's good news that he hated them all, but he's excited to see you. As expected, the feeling in my stomach was unfortunately correct. They all ran away from me in the end. Can you believe it? It's not funny, Raul. Raul arrived into the interview with a big flashy smile. I felt both weak and angry, which led me to scolding him full stop. What happened? What did you do wrong? Well, you see... Raul explained the course of events from start to finish. The first date with the archaeologist was a bust. She took mythology quite seriously and was offended by Raul's manner. The second date with a city council member's daughter was difficult too. She wanted a prince and found Raul lacking. The final date was a museum worker was a mismatch. She wasn't interested in myths and ended up going back to work as well. That was the results of Raul's date. So she went back to work instead of finishing the date. That means she rejected him from the start. Matches only bring up work and family emergencies when they want to end the date early. Usually, they follow up with a rejection email or just stop responding outright. I can't believe that someone who was so serious about mythology couldn't keep up with someone like Raul. You said that you had a difference of opinions, right? Did the conversation get heated? Something like that. I learned a few things, but I was afraid to make her angry. So I see. This is why hobbies often become an obstacle in matches. In the long term, they usually smooth out, but in the beginning, it's difficult to truly assess the situation. There are lots of couples who end up fighting over the smallest difference of opinion. All 3 women were so different, so I thought at least one of them would work for Raul. And Raul is silly, an innocent and silly man. I'm always gonna block out whenever she says his full name and whatnot. I matched him with those members with the hopes that they would find something of a level of compatibility. Well, too bad that didn't work out. This is the case, and there others would be. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. You're coming home with me again, right? He's like, okay, that's fine. He doesn't live with you, my guy. Excuse me? I let out a soft gasp as I felt his words tickle my ear. I hadn't noticed that Raul's moved across to sit next to me. He picked me up and put me on his lap, and the movement was so smooth that I felt that I'd been planned in advance. I finally realized that I enjoy talking with mythology the most when I'm talking with you. Plus, I was kind of knocked out the other day, and you should come over so I can stay awake this time. Raul smiles innocently, though it feels like he's pleading for my attention. I think he must not have considered me saying no. I have lots of stuff I want to talk about, so you'll come back with me, right? Right? Oh my god. He's such a puppy! It's so fucking cute! Like, he's such a little dog! In the most positive of ways! Raul tickles my throat like he's been scratching my cat's chin. It feels intimate since I'm still on his lap. This is the kind of thing genuine lovers is the kind of thing genuine lovers would do. He still doesn't understand that you can't do these things casually. I scolded him for it too. He absolutely deserves it, and in my anger I turned away. No, I'm not going to go back with you. You're just slipping into old habits. Huh? You said that you've given up on casual encounters. What's with your attitude right now? He put me on his lap without permission. He touched me without asking. That's not something people who aren't together do. You didn't get a single thing I said. If this is your way of demonstrating what you've learned, then I'm not going. So, you're not going back to my place? Of course not. I can't believe that was your intention. Why did you say that? Hey, you're the one who said I shouldn't sleep around with other people. You never said I shouldn't sleep with you. Fair point. That's a fair point. He's like, great, okay, I can't sleep with other people. I won't sleep with other people, but you never said I can't have sex with you. Oh, he's funny. He's really funny. Raul smiles and he moves his lips closer to my ear. And even after doing it twice in a row, you didn't get this mad at me. You didn't get mad at all. You even liked it, didn't you? Excuse me? Raul has a point. I already did the deed with him twice, and in that moment, I got so embarrassed that I was speechless. That night, having sex with him felt so special. It felt so separate from my work as an advisor. Like a special treat. After that, I got really focused on helping his acting and put that night in the past. I should have scolded him for that. I needed to make up for lost time now and instruct him better. But then Raul put his hand on my chin and I softly gasped. Raul's face was so intimately close to mine, and then he tried. The memory of that past moment comes back, and my face warms with a blush. I yank a file from the table to knock his kiss, and then I smack Raul with it. Why did you block me like that? Because we can't do this, Raul. You need to understand. I get off his lap and pick up from the scattered file. I won't be going with you. I told you that we can't do stuff like this in the beginning. You can't just casually treat me like this. If you want to learn about love, you need to abstain. You need to practice a bit of abstinence. Do you understand? I'm going back to work. Have a pleasant evening. My guy is just like, oh man, she's really cool. She's really special. And he's like, can I sleep with you? We're gonna go home and have sex, right? And she's like, what is wrong with you? No, why would I have sex with you? And he's just like, wait, why? I leave the interview room with my hand over my heart. My heart's beating so fast. I can hear my pulse in my burning ears. What is this feeling? I can't do this anymore. It feels as if I'm the one who's in love. Might be. No, this is all just a misunderstanding. I'm just confused. That past pleasure was just that. Pleasure. Nothing more, nothing less. I take deep breaths to help me collect myself. I'll be fine. I can calm down. I gather my thoughts again. Now, I need to find someone who's not me that Raul can fall for. I need someone he can be head over heels in love with. And if that someone that wonderful was a member, then he'd probably get married fairly quickly. That sort of a member would be fought over by all the advisors. Cupid court members typically are busy Los Yorkers who have no time to meet people in their day-to-day. That's why they made the decision very quickly. I'd have to take too much time to lecture them on Raul's Quirks. What are my other options? Surely there's members I can recommend. I let my mind switch back to work as I return to my desk. I work on building a new list of people and emailed it to the agent. Unfortunately, she rejected all of them. What a waste. He's probably like, I don't understand. Why can't I sleep with you? I left the Cupid Court building by myself and headed home feeling confused. I never thought she would reject me like that. Usually, I'm the one doing all the asking, but even then, I never been rejected. So sometimes you get shot down. It feels like an obvious thing, but it never occurred to me. Being rejected has left me feeling confused and hurt. Maybe this is why I'm bad at romantic acting. All my expectations are different from everyday people. Normal people don't fight Amazonian crocodiles. They don't get lost in the desert. They don't sleep around as much. Everything that's normal to me is far from normal from everyone else. I thought I was fond of my miss more than people, but after doing all that matchmaking, that's not the truth. Does that mean I should never try to sleep with her again? Never again? Just the thought of that makes me feel terrible. But am I really sad because I can't have sex with her? Or am I sad because I want to fall asleep next to her and wake up with her in the morning? I don't know. I still don't get my feelings. What do I get is my desire to not go home alone. But I don't want anyone else in my bed tonight. But she's kind of made herself clear when she chased me out. Oh well, I should go home and practice my romantic acting again. I feel like if I can move past my feelings, then my acting will improve. I head to the main street and get in my car. Then, the feeling of someone looking at me tickles the back of my neck. Huh? I turn around, but there's no one there. Been a long day. Maybe it's just my imagination. The feeling is odd, to say the least, but still I hop in my car and rest my foot on the gas pedal. I sense someone in my rearview mirror and I shudder. I think how creepy that feeling is as I head home. Damn, they pass by days like it's nothing. A few days later, there was no time to introduce any new members who would be accepted by the agent this shoot. Today's filming location was at 𝕤𝕤𝕤 Park. The staff was bustling around trying to get things ready. The hustle and bustle is just a normal day for a Sillywood movie shoot. That said, I'm feeling nervous today. It's all because I'm not sure how Raul's acting is going to be perceived by the director. I think things are a lot better than this morning, at least as far as I can tell. Even though Raul's dates were complete failures, his romantic acting seems like it's changed for the better. I'm watching over Raul closely today as if he prepares himself. I hope that he gets the go-ahead from the director. What he's doing right now is tilting from side to side, looking around the filming location in bewilderment. What's wrong? Huh? Does anyone else know where my towel went? I haven't seen it around. Maybe you forgot to bring one with you today. That's strange. I'm almost 100% sure I had it right here. It's a Cupid print towel with arrow patterns on it. Seen it? Huh, I didn't know you had a Cupid towel. Of course, I do. I'm a big fan of Cupid, you know? Well, I'm a fan of Neptune first, then Cupid second. Well, that's utterly embarrassing. Well, like, I'm right here, bitch. What about me? But then again, he thinks Cupid's a boy, so... I mean, sis, what did you think? I mean, to be fair, right? He thinks Cupid's a boy, so she's probably like, So Cupid's better than me? So Cupid's better than me. And he's like, well, again, boy. I'm so sorry. My screen on my end seems to be weirded out, so give me 1 second. I mean, yeah, it's not like he knows it's a girl. No matter what form Cupid takes, the fact that people always show love for the goddesses of love makes me feel so happy. Well, yeah, people tend to want love in their life, sweetheart. To tell you the truth, I'm starting to think that Cupid's really actually a female and not a male. It's been on my mind since we talked. Totally not, because, like, I'm definitely Cupid. Like, let's totally not acknowledge that fact. Ha 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 ha. Huh? Really now? Yeah, and because of that, I really like Cupid even more. Take a look at this. Even my pin case has a Cupid design on it. It's totally cool. Like, oh my god. Raul tips around his bag to take out the case, only to blink repeatedly in his surprise. What the? My pin case is gone too. Maybe I left them behind at work. At home, really. Alright, I gotta go get in place. Hold on to my bag, will you? Keep it safe? Sure. Raul passes me the bag, and then quickly dashes off to the wardrobe so he can get ready. Huh. All of his Cupid themes are gone. I wonder what's happening here. Maybe he just left with them. Or maybe someone's just much of a big fan of Cupid and they took his things by mistake. Oh, I'm getting some really bad vibes right now. Huh? We had something happen similar earlier. Raul's stuff went missing right around the time when he had a stalker around him. Oh no, not a stalker plot. That's worse than having fucking paparazzi come after you. Oi, I guess I'll wait. Honestly, I don't like the idea of like having stalkers of anything. It's just like, oh, that's awful. Anyway, what? A stalker following Raul around? You can't be serious right now, can you? I bet it's just a coincidence. He probably forgot to bring his things from home. I bet they're here. Then again, I'm starting to get some bad vibes too. Oh no. Ooh. I don't like that. Something feels off. Usually Raul leaves his bag whenever he drops it, but today he handed it off to me. It's like he knows something's off. Ooh, shit. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Oh no. Because, like, what if it's actually a stalker? I clutch the bag tightly as I'm feeling pressure surround me. It'll be fine. Well, it happened before. I don't think it'll get serious. I'm sure things will work out. Things definitely did not work out. Raul's agent quickly turns away and focuses on his acting. Raul, I'm sure that his fans are all around the world. That means that there's a possibility that one of them will cross the line and start stalking him. Oh, that's a positive thought. There's no assurance that someone would try to find a way to steal his personal items. That would explain why the agent was so serious about a secondary background check. She wanted someone they could trust. Which it also explains why Raul is the way that he is and tends to keep to himself. In any case, I'll go and check out his performance today. Whether or not the stalker around isn't something that I should worry about right now, I need to help him with his acting. So far, so good. The director is praising Raul's expressions and general performance. Things are looking up now. I knew that dating would help him, or at least that was at least what I thought. After the shoot ended, Raul's shoes were missing too. Damn! All in addition to his items from this morning. Damn! He ends up having to wear his acting shoes for the rest of the day.
これはまずいわね。
This isn't good.
うーん
Yeah, it's a bit annoying for sure, but not too bad. That day, he decided to have a meeting about the nearby cafe. Your things keep going missing, which most likely means that you've got another stalker following you around, Raul.
トイレ入ったらカ
Makes
メラまであっ
sense.
たもん
That
ね
that was the camera hidden in the bathroom area. The thing I found it first. Raul and the manager talked so casually about the situation, which is leaving me feeling baffled. Aren't you going to escalate this and take it to the police? Nah, no use. We did plenty of times before, but all they were told was that it's our responsibility to take care of things. Yeah, because even in... I mean, police are like... Police are very much... Okay. I will say in Japan, it's a lot better when it comes to like some stalking. Sometimes they have like... They are like more tentative about that because they know like... They know their country. That's all I'm gonna say. They just know their country. Meanwhile, here in the fucking... Hold on. Okay. Meanwhile in America, that doesn't work. To my understanding, they very much would be like, damn, did he hurt you? No? Damn. Nothing we can do about that. It's like... But what if they're like, shit, well, about that. And I'm like, wait, but what? Why? Why can't you do anything? And they're just like, well, until he officially hits you, we do nothing. And it's like, what? What? How does that work? Your responsibility? What kind of answer is that?
そんなもんだよまあ仕方ないよね
It's just that things are here. Nothing we do can change it. What? I beg to differ. Because I 100% think that's 100% bullshit. Mm.
でも大丈夫よ。専属の弁護士には言っておくし、厄介なことになる前に警告はするわ。
It'll work itself out. It's just, I'll just link our lawyers so that I'll link our lawyers so he's aware of this is happening again. You should, oh my god, okay.
そうそうそれに何かあってもパンクラチョンで対抗する
And if something does happen, I've got my Parkinson skills. It'll be fine, don't worry.
いやそこは SP に頼りな
Raul,
さい
you
よ。
really shouldn't let the bodyguards, you should really let the bodyguards do their job.
ワニやピラニアより人間の方が戦いやすいから平気だ
Oh,
よ
come on, it's not like we're fighting a gator or piranhas. It's just a stalker, I'll be okay. Not the point, dear. They continue joking around, which goes to show that they really are used to this kind of situation. I'm sorry, I keep, like, pausing every now and again. I really am getting, my throat is, like, dry, but it's okay. They continue joking around like this kind of situation. I guess this is just a part of the Sillywood. It's really not. Still, it's a major problem. I can't turn a blind eye to what's happening to Raul. I can't imagine who would do such a thing, especially right now. I mean, fans be crazy, bro. It would make sense if he recently appeared in a movie or in front of a magazine, but the film isn't public yet. They be finding out anyway.
そうね。
Well, based on previous experiences and intuition, I'm guessing it's one of the women Raul recently dated.
怪しいわね。
Probably not. I would hope not, because they didn't even like him, so... Oops. What? Do you mean one of our members? Come on, no way. All those women cut and ran out on me. It can't be them.
そう？
They left early, quickly, huh? Maybe it's not them. I should look further into this. If it's one of Cupid court members behind this, then the fault lies with me. No, that's not how that would work. Like, if someone's stalking him, that doesn't rely on you as a fault, though. I don't know why you would think that. Human feelings are incredibly complex. It's not rare to see changes of feelings one after another. In fact, some members even tell their advisors that they want somebody they used to hate or even previously refuse. In any case, please make sure Raul isn't left alone until things are settled down. Well, if you don't want me to be alone, then why not come to my place? Dude is so persistent. He's like, oh man, you don't want me to be alone? You should come stay with me. Like, sir, stop. Thank you, but no thank you.
泊まればいいのに。
You can stay the night too and protect me.
あら、それいいわね。
It sounds like a smart idea, Raul. I definitely don't want this simply because I want you to sleep with me and wake up with me and be in my bed and whatever. Excuse me, but it's not a smart idea when I haven't even had a chance to agree with you. Raul's as casual as usual, but his agent is something else too. Just don't stay out in the open alone. I'll do all the driving. Is that a plan?
ああ、心強いな。
I knew I could count on you. Raul flashes a huge grin at me, and I can't tell if he's not taking this seriously. He does not even see me as protection. I'll have you know that I'm real deal God, you know. I'm Cupid, the goddess of love. I can protect Raul if it comes down to that. No, I will protect him if it comes down to that. Oh yeah, you're, so good at it. It's my sacred duty as an advisor to provide Raul with an environment where he can flourish. She didn't come back here. I'm at home now, lying on my sofa, alone, after my teacher took me home. I told her that she could come and chill, but she keeps refusing and eventually left. Now I have to spend the night alone, again.
つまんないな。
This is so boring. I have a sudden realization while mumbling to myself, since when have I thought about being alone is boring? I usually go to bed and wake up alone. The only time I don't is when a girl asks me to sleep with her. My parents were busy when I was a kid, so being alone isn't new for me. I guess the only times I haven't been alone when I wake up have been the 3 times she's been over. Those 3 visits are burned into my mind. They're some of the best memories of my entire life, which is probably why I want to spend my time with her instead of being alone. Polishing my statues isn't as much fun as before. Something just feels off. It's called being lonely, my boy. It happens from time to time. Wait, I just got the new copy table book about myths from online. I'm sure that reading my new book would be a nice distraction. I quickly head into my apartment delivery locker, but there I grab the package, but...
あれ?
Huh? It looks like the package was already open once before. I opened the package. Inside was my book plus another book of myths that I don't remember ordering. Later that day, Raul appeared at the shoot looking rather exhausted. Oh my, are you alright? You look tired.
ああ。
Huh, yeah.
平気。
It's just something strange
ち
happened
ょっと昨
yesterday.
日変なことがあってさ。
Something strange? Apparently, Raul thinks that his unknown stalker found out where he lives. The proof was that the package he ordered, which had been open, to make things even weirder, someone was placing bread in front of his place as well. That's interesting. I know this is really short, and I'm sorry, but I'm slightly exhausted from today and going out this weekend, so I'm going to save it here and leave you on that cliffhanger of whether or not he has a stalker or not. I'll just leave it at this one because I don't plan on changing my answers So, thank you all for watching with me, and I hope you had a very good time watching. I'm gonna go relax a bit, and I promise on Wednesday I'll give you a longer stream. I promise. So, yeah, see you guys on Wednesday, and I'll catch you later. Bye!